Good morning to you all, my dear students. Uh, the page poem questions, page number 107. It's very interesting poem. It's very interesting poem. In this poem, this poem is written by the Julia Donaldson. This poem is written by the American poetess, Julia Donaldson, and in this poem we have many type of question in our heart and mind. We always think about our surroundings and environment, how it runs, which which power is making the dominate on this all type of earthly environment, who is starting it and who is making the end of this all thing. And this type of question always put up in our mind, and we always think about the earth, how it galaxies runs, how it many type of questions always running in our mind. So now let me introduce the poem questions, very interesting, which is written by the American poetess. The name is Julia Donaldson, and many type of questions she is asking by this poem, and she is also asking a lots of questions by this poem and wanting the answers, and she wants the answers. And now here I'm going to discuss about, which is quite natural, these questions on our mind. We always have questions in our mind and heart, and always the Lord the questions. And not many questions, and I'm sure that at your tender age, on which you always put up many questions like this. See, now let us start the poem. How? Who can say how? How did we travel from the until now? Galaxies hearted and heard apart. How in the world did the whole thing start? Was there a bang? How long ago? Does anyone anywhere really know? Let us start. See, at your tender age, you ask many type of question, and this type of question always stuck in your mind. See this. In this poem, the poet is asking many type of questions, and this is also she is also wanting the answer of the questions, like how this earth has been originated, how we take breathe, how we are able to breathe in environment, and how we are able to breathe in the environment and in a movement, how many times we take a breathe in the movement. Let's start the poem. in this in the poem, that is questions, which is put up by Junior Donaldson, was an American poet, and she wrote all type of question. She always took up the philosophy topics in her poems. So here again she has courage up, and she always crazy curiosity to know about many more things and more philosophical topics. So now let's see, this poem has very good beautiful rhyme scheme also. Now here the starting the questions. How everything traveled. Can anyone question the answer to, can anyone tell, or can anyone put it on the question? How did we travel from the past to this present? Tell me the answer. These, however, the things how about the changing from the past and to the present. The people were eating raw vegetable, and the type of how we are existing on the earth. It's we get exist the hard and huddled. She wants to know by these questions, she wants to know the originality of the earth. She is quite confused about it. She feels that there might be a bang. The time is there, might be not in the, any long, any light. That might be some kind of the explosion. And she had a lots of question in her mind, and now she is going to put up the answer from the worldly people, how they are, how they know about it, how much the knowledge they have about it. Now see, let us start the first stanza. How who can say how who can say how did we travel from then until now, galaxies hurt and hurtled apart. How in the world did the whole thing start? Was there a bang? How long ago? Does anyone anywhere really know? Does anyone really know about that all things? How? What the procedure? How it prepared the earth? How we are existing on it, on the earth, how the galaxies now originated and how it's working. She had the lots of question in her mind and heart. So now, how did we travel from the until now? How, what is our past, and how, what is the travel, how we are how did we travel from the past to this present time? How about the things changing from the past? Where the people coming and where's the people going? What are the people eating, raw vegetables or another thing? So that she has put up these questions. Let's read out, get existence of the hidden knowledge. She wants to know she wants to know this originated of the earth, and she is quite confused. She feels that that might be a bang. Means it's the universe created by a result of the huge explosion, bombing, a bomb blast. There's the huge, all are, these are all made by the great explosion, a kind of the explosion, some kind of the bomb blasting at the time by bang, and how it all made long ago it happened. So she is writing this kind of poetry, and she is, put upping her questions by this poem, and a large number of people, to the large number of the people, so that she can get her answers. And they're the trying to find out that why did lots of power, is there any lots of power to how they survive it, how this galaxy is made, how we are existing on this, and how this the galaxy is working, how long it's working, it's existing and workingness, how did the moved with the great speed, and how we are working forcefully, and these all universe, how it creates. So in this first stanza, she is very curious, the very curious curiosity rising in her mind about the universe. Bang, how it prepare, how it become, how we survive on it. The next stanza. Why who can say why? Why did the dinosaur dynasty die? Why should a beast whose power was colossal and give up the ghost and turn into a fossil? Give us a clue. Why was it so? Does anyone anywhere really know? Again, she is asking the large number, lots of questions asking by the people by this poem. Why? Who can say why? Who can say it all? And how can say? Who can say and why? Why did the dinosaur dynasty, the species here, dynasty die? Why did the dinosaurs completely finish from the earth? How they died? How they have completely become a fossil on the earth? How did they remove? How did they completely and from the earth? They were very powerful. How their species is completely die? Why should a beast whose power was colossal? It's this beast, wild, this animal, four-footed animal was very great, powerful. then how it become the end of the power of this powerful animal, dinosaur? How it become the completely die? How it happened? And give up the ghost. It become the part of the past and turn into a fossil and become the fossil that we by this came to know about how many line they were, how long before they were exist on the earth. Give us a clue. That's tell us about the clue. Why was it so? Why happened it? And does anyone anywhere really know? Anyone, anywhere, any person to know all the answers of these questions? This type of question always running in the mind. And really, she want to know many more things about the man, about the dinosaurs, about the surroundings, about the environment, how the galaxy is working, how the stars shining in the sky, how did we long ago does anywhere, and really anyone know about it more and more. So now, how did the dinosaur become giant, and how this powerful animal become the part of the past? Give up the ghost matlab die and become the past and turn into a fossil and become a fossil. And that give us a clue. कोई तो एक clue होगा. Why was it so? Why it happened? Does anyone anywhere really know? Anyone anywhere? That's anyone in the world who know the all answer of these question? Now, when who can say when and did our ancestor turn into man? Swinging about the family tree. When did they start to look something like me? Heavyweight, brain, and when did you grow? Does anyone anywhere really know? The third stanza of the poem. See, in this stanza, the poetess Julia is talking about the man. When? Who can say when? Cub and cub. When and when the man exists on the earth? When did our ancestor turn into man? We know very well about that. Our ancestors was a monkey. And when did our ancestor turn into man? How we exist on the earth? How our and man ancestor become? How our ancestor turned into a man? Singing about in the family tree. When we saw our family tree, when we saw about a great knowledge about our past, we came to know that our forefather, our ancestor was a type of a monkey, and now we the development of the species, now we became the man. And what type of what was the procedure to be a man? Thinking about the family tree, when we saw about the family tree, we came to know about our past of the person. When did they start to look something like me? When did they start to look something like us? Heavyweight brain. And when did you grow? How did you are developing your mind? And when did you grow? And when did you become grow? Does anyone anywhere really know? Anyone really about it? Anyone know about it very well? Who can say? Who? In this stanza, she's talking about the development of the human being. How did they develop their brain, their mind? How did they grown up? So now that's the part of the history. How did a man develop like today's man? And what was our ancestor? In the last and fourth stanza, who can say who? Who can unravel a riddle or two, melting the ice and winding the clocks? Who will take lid off the mystery box? Where do we come from and where do we go? And who can say who is in charge of the show? Does anyone anywhere really know? Does anyone Any person really know about it all procedure? It's all preparation. Who can say who? Who can say told? Who can say told it all up to us? Who can say unravel a riddle or two? Who can who can melting riddle or two, melting the ice and winding the clocks? Who will take the lid of mystery box? Who will open this mystery box of the development of the surroundings in the environment? How did we exist? And how can unravel a riddle or two? How can we are standing here melting ice and winding clocks means like the if we saw behind in the past, going back into time and see in the past, who will take the lid of the mystery box? Who made it all? Which power is running behind it all? It's a really great mystery. Where do we come from? Where we are coming on the earth, and where and where we are going to after that? Where do we go? From where do we come? From which planet we are coming from? Another planet is also running in the universe. How many type of questions she is put up, and she is quite confused to get the answer. She is really very she had a great curiosity, and curiosityness the nature of the lady poetess, and she just want to know about it all, that where do we come from, हम कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, and where do we go, हम कहाँ जाते हैं, and who can say who is charge of the show, who's taking the all charge of the show of the life? We all are the puppet, and we all are the playing a role on the earth. And does anyone anywhere really know? Does anyone know about it all? Does anyone exist on the earth? How we, किस तरह से हम जीते हैं, हम कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Can anyone tell us? क्या कोई हमें बता सकता है? This is the very interesting, very beautiful poem. The rhyme scheme of the poem is really very beautiful, very fine rhyme scheme of the poem, and it's full of the questions. And in this poem, the poetess Julia Donaldson wants all type of answers from all the worldly people, and she is really crazy to know the answer of these question. And these type of question always running in the mind of the your like your children, like the children always ready to know all the answers of these questions. I hope you get understand the poem. It's very interesting. Read carefully. We'll solve the question answers also of this poem. Now, this is the end of the poem. Thank you. Have a nice day.